Hey Krishna, um, Ram Navami is soon approaching, and why to celebrate it, how to celebrate it, um, what do people do around this time. So, what is expected to be uh, doing to make it a successful celebration, and all such things. So, Ram Navami is a very important Hindu festival. It commemorates the birth of Lord Ram, who is revered as one of the most popular deities in Hinduism and is considered seventh avatar of Lord Vishnu. This is the general understanding of common people. But actually, Ram Navami transcends all the religious barriers, and each and every one on the around the world uh, uh, is entitled to celebrate it, and it is not confined only to the religious boundaries. That is the first thing to understand. Lord Ram is the seventh avatar of that of the ten of Lord Vishnu. The spiritual, cultural, historical aspects of this celebration bring a lot of joy into the lives of one and each everyone. The spiritual significance, we know why the Lord descends from time to time, and how He pleases His devotees when He descends. The cultural aspect of it, there is all lot of things everyone who is wanting to contribute. So in his own way, the to for the celebration, and then the historical aspects of this celebration. So we recently have in India, the Ram Mandir of Ayodhya that has come into existence few months back. So, what is the historical significance of celebrating Ram Navami? So, people attribute this to such events, and that is right also. Nothing wrong in it. But to understand that Ram Navami is celebrated uh, to understand about Lord Ram, what is his dissension about, and how to be effectively celebrating Ram Navami and understanding of Lord Ram, so we can serve Lord Ram in a better way and not just cultural aspect of it or the prasadam. Many of them make nice prasadam, nice festivities, so much decorations and all that, but they forget the important aspect of it. What is the how to serve Lord Ram, how to make our life successful celebrating Ram Navami, and not get involved in um, any other things surrounding it. Most of the times, people celebrate such festivals, but they get stuck with all the things surrounding the festival, but not the main aspect of it. So such things we can take care. In this Ram Navami, we can take care of all such things and make the festival a big success for our own self in our life. Lord Ram is and Lord Krishna. They both are Purushottam. They are Leela avatars. They are Krishna is Leela Purushottam. Lord Ram is also uh, he displays his Leelas. So Ram and Krishna both they display Leelas, and this makes all the devotees very easy to think about them and to serve them. So Ramnavami is observed on the ninth day of the first month of the um, Hindu calendar, which typically falls between March and April. Lord Ram is a manifestation of Lord Vishnu, and he was born on the auspicious day of Ramnavami. His birthplace is Ayodhya. Lord Ram is renowned for his admirable traits such as and as the future king of Ayodhya, his birth is celebrated with great reverence. The religious importance, speaking of religious importance of Ram Navami, we all know the story of Lord Ram's exile, uh, how he spent 14 years of his life in the forest, moving around in the forest, meeting so many sages, gracing them, helping the munis and the sages with their fire sacrifices, killing so many demons, and his wife Sita and Lakshman, his brother Lakshman, they all, after this 14 years, returned to Ayodhya. So the return of the Lord Ram to Ayodhya is also a big festivity, and the name Ram it holds a very much spiritual significance. It symbolizes pure consciousness or the divine self. Lord Ram's life and actions in Ramayana provide spiritual lessons for so many devotees, and everyone likes the character of Lord Ram. His idea is an ideal character they speak about, and it is true. When you read the story of Lord Ram in Ramayana, as you read, it gives you a very nice. It gives us so much joy and a very nice feeling about how a person should conduct himself in his life. And Lord Ram being king, he is the most ideal character because he left his kingdom at one an instant and returned to the forest to fulfill his father's and mother's wish. So, who would want to leave the kingdom a day before a coronation? No king would do that. There would be so much fight and so much battle and bloodshed, etc. But this here, for the sake of fulfilling father's wish, last wish, the Lord takes up the decision to leave aside the coronation of the coronation ceremony for a king, which is he himself was to be coronated, and leaves the palace and moves to forest along with wife and brother in simple um, ascetic dress. So this is something to think about, how instantly, and not that he was fully into one side of the life and suddenly this happened overnight. So he, as a king also, as a prince of Ayodhya also, he had all the good qualities that one can be expected to have. Otherwise, why instantly he would agree to take a major shift directly from abandoning the throne to taking a life in a forest as a wanderer. So this puts us to think that how a personality should be. He should be ready for serving the Lord at any time, at any moment. Not that today you're enjoying on today, and suddenly tomorrow, if you have an opportunity, you're not ready for it. So one has to have this nature in himself that at any time, whenever it is required, he has to make the right decisions and go ahead doing, fulfilling his duty. And what is the duty about? It is always to the Lord. People say you are in Grahastha ashram means the duty is towards the family first. Yes, the duty is towards the family first, but for the sake of Lord. That is how we take it. This is the greatest lesson that we take from Ramayana about the Lord Ram's exile. The moment when he was supposed to be coronated and he abandons the kingdom and leaves for the forest along with his wife and brother. And how is the wife? She's ideal too. She does not fight that why my husband was to be coronated and how comes all of a sudden, and then she protests and fights with the husband and then asks him how come you're taking this decision. His decision is her um his decision is like what to say, it's like an ajna for her. She does not protest. She readily agrees to her husband's decision and supports him and lives with him to the forest. So This is a very notable thing that one can think of, and how a wife should conduct herself. How can she be happy staying in the palace? She was given an option to stay in the palace, and he Lord Rama refused to accept her also in the forest. He said, you may continue to stay here," but she chose to go with him, and that is how an ideal wife should be. She should move around with her husband wherever he is and support him in whatever he is undertaking. This is the first message you get it from them. So Ram Navami brings all these memories back every year. Ram Navami brings all these beautiful memories about Lord Ram's conduct, a moral morality, a moral king. First of all, in general terms, in spiritual, if you go into the spiritual, then there is a deeper aspect to it. But on the forefront, these things are required and they count a lot. The name Ram, it symbolizes pure consciousness, as we just saw, and Ram Navami transcends religious boundaries. People of all faiths celebrate it, emphasizing unity and harmony. Ram Navami allows us to showcase our traditions, rituals, and convictions, ensuring that our cultural heritage endures and flourishes for the further future generations. And what is the culture about? As I told, traditions, rituals, culture. What is all? This is all meaningful only when we have such qualities in ourselves. The people around have such qualities in them, and whenever you meet such a person, it is a joy to meet a person like this, and their behavior itself reinforces the presence of Lord in our lives. Such kind of joy, festive joy, Ram Navami brings into our life. I have been celebrating Ram Navami since since my childhood, but I didn't know much of its importance until some few years back. And Ram Navami, the day of Ram Navami, in our house, even in my in-laws, my in-laws, they also celebrate, but in my maternal side, they fast, and I never fasted for that festival. But still, the joy that is that the joy you experience on Ram Navami is totally different. There's so much serenity, there's so much peace, there's so much happiness, and you get such a sense of fulfillment when you worship Lord Ram on a Ram Navami. And Lord Ram on Ram Navami, Lord Ram as such a, like, I am more into worshipping Lord Krishna, but still, Lord Ram on Ram Navami, he gives some different blessings altogether. You can get the feel of it. So in our house, my parents used to fast on this day, and but I never fasted. But still, the vibes and the whole day, the atmosphere was very different, and it felt such a festive and not like a mundane thing. The other side of it, but it gave you some spiritual bliss for sure. And I can remember I how I feel on Ram Navami day. I can every time distinguish. It's very distinguishing feeling. So that is about Ram Navami, and then reading about Lord Ram's all the leelas, it brings another joy altogether. There is so many, Ramayan by Valmiki, the so much Kand, Bal Kand, then Ayodhya Kand, the Kishkinda Kand of it, then the Sundar Kand is there, Aranya Kand is there. Uh, so each one of this is more beautiful than the other, and you don't know what to read. Balvikand is also very beautiful. Aranyakand is very exceptional. The Kishkinda Kand, again, the Lord Ram's qualities, you get to understand how he deals with uh, how devotees and the non-devotees, and how he makes a decision, like a king when he's in exile in the forest. So, as a king, what is his qualities? And that same king, when he goes in the forest, how does he conduct himself? He's a warrior, he's a Kshatriya, and how he takes up decisions protecting the dharma even outside the palace in the forest. So all these aspects of Lord Ram are very. It brings a lot of delight when you read it, and Ram Navami is a festival when you get remember all such qualities of Lord Ram. Then Sundarkand is also one of the beautiful stories where Hanuman helps Lord Ram, and all this the Dasya Bhav of of Hanuman, and how the demon Ravan is you know is killed and finished, and all such things they give a lot of festive joy when you read, and you feel that life is so worth living if you understand how to conduct yourselves properly and take your duties and responsibilities in the right sense. And so Ram Navami is the festival which g- emphasizes all these. And there are how do people celebrate Ram Navami? They have recitals. They sing the Sundarkand or the Balyakand. They sing it in a folklores as per their own likings. And then, what is a devotee? How does a devotee celebrate Ram Navami? Is a very different thing. His love for his own worshiping deity, the Lord Ram, or the Aradhya, he celebrates in his own mood, and there's a joy associated. So, and then the Arti of Lord Ram, the Bhog, Prashada Bhog, then his Leelas, the scriptures, that the scriptures uh, that contain all these Leelas, so many shlokas, beautiful shlokas of Ramayana, they all put you into a different world altogether. And every aspect of life comes alive on this day. The cultural aspect, the traditional aspect, the rituals, and the katha, the spiritual side of it, everything. So these are the fond memories of of Ram Navami in for me in my life, and I cannot forget. I literally, whenever, if consciously, I'm made to think about how I felt on Ram Navami on a particular year or what, I still have those memories, and I wish you also have the same. So thank you very much, Hare Krishna.